All right. Good morning, guys. So, um, in our previous session, we have started discussing about cloud computing, right? So, we have discussed what is the service models and deployment models. So, AWS actually comes under public cloud computing platform. It's open for everyone. Anyone can go and create an account with them. Not only AWS. So, if you are taking AWS, Azure, GCP, like and Rackspace, Huawei Cloud, Alibaba Cloud, whatnot. We have lot of cloud service providers, right? So then, along with this, we have private cloud that is not open for everyone. That is dedicatedly available for only one particular organization. It's not open for everyone, specific to one particular organization. When coming to hybrid cloud, it's a combination of multiple platforms like AWS plus Azure. We can call it as a hybrid, or you have some resource in on-premise and you have some in AWS. You can enable communication by using VPN or direct connect or site-to-site VPN or third-party VPN appliances. So then you can call that also as a hybrid cloud. So community cloud means group of organizations that are going to build an infra and they're going to use it. Right. So on top of this, we have discussed what is a service models of the cloud computing. When coming to the service models of cloud computing, we have software as a service where everything is ready-made. It is available. It's as a package. You go and pick that, start using it. So then platform as a service. Everything is not available. Only platform is available. On top of the platform, you can give your data and you can get your website. So then infrastructure as a service. So here, like infrastructure as a service means the underlying hardware resource available, server, network, database, storage is available. How you can use it, what operating system you want to pick, you can pick all that and you can start using that resources. So we have seen examples for all these. Somehow, if this is your first session or if you missed that previous session, here is the links I'm going to share. Links. Naresh, IT. So these are the two previous demo links. I'm sharing it in our chat box. You can go through that. Or else I'll at the end of the session, again, I'll share it with a simple URL. You can access that from that URL also. Okay. So here in today's session, we are going to start with actual Amazon Web Services. So far, I did not discuss anything about AWS. Okay. So let's start discussing about Amazon Web Services. So what is AWS? Amazon Web Services. What is AWS business? It provides cloud computing resources. It is a cloud service provider. So if you're taking Taj Hotels, what is their business? Hotels. Taj Hotels, I'm only mentioning the hotels. They have hotels across the globe. So, for example, if they are offering a plan, you purchase, you pay 1 lakh rupees, and you stay in any Taj hotel across the India. Good offer, right? For a number of the days, right? So, you can stay in a Hyderabad one, you can go to Chennai, you can go to Bangalore or Kolkata, New Delhi. You go anywhere and you can utilize their resources. Similar way, how exactly we have Taj. Similar way, we have Park hotels also, right? Park Hyatt is there, the Park is there, So they are different service providers again. They are into same business. They also spread across the India, all over the cities. So similar way, AWS is a cloud service provider. Azure is a cloud service provider. GCP also a cloud service provider, right? So this AWS is there in market from so long time. They have more customers. Their revenue is more compared to other competitors. Let's keep the things aside. So basically, AWS gives computing resources. Computing resources means you need a server for temporary purpose, or you want to use it permanently. You really don't want to worry about the external things like a cooling system. You don't have enough space. Nowadays, if you have an idea, you can sit in your home and you can develop that application and you can deliver without having a server also. Without server also, you can deliver an application. It's not a big thing. All you need to do is you need to have that idea and implementation. Write the code, make your product ready. So then depend on one of the cloud service provider. They will give you server. They will give you database. They will give you network. They will give you storage. Utilize all these resources. So then deliver your application. It's not so difficult. And again, to get these resources, the important thing is you really no need to spend much amount. So AWS is delivering all that cloud resources we require to deliver an application. And AWS comes under public cloud platform. That means anyone can create an account. For example, we even started doing academics also. Naresh team is visiting colleges and they're doing some projects on cloud computing also. Right. So there, why student? To gain exposure. Earlier, if you want to do a project, you need to have a device, you need to install database, you need to have front end, back end, all these things, right? But now everything is available via browser. You just need to have a basic laptop, a browser. So then you can create all the resources and you can start using it. So AWS is providing all the required computing resources. That is AWS business. Okay. So from how many years onwards is AWS is there? From how many years onwards you are designing this AWS? 2019. Okay. 2006. From 2006 onwards, you have started using AWS. Companies started using AWS. Oh, companies started adopting this AWS from last 7-8 years onwards. Before that, they have a lot of questions whether using cloud is a secured or not. Why? Because see, whatever the application your organization is developing, right? So that entire application data you are giving it to AWS. What if AWS misplaces it? Initially, many guys worried about mails also. Right. So is it okay to send a sensitive information over email? Somewhat okay, but somewhat not okay, right? So generally you take any mechanism. So using Gmail is secure. How many of you agree? How many of you don't agree? No? How many of you agree? Many of you agree using Gmail is secured. Okay. So, but you set up a weak password. How many of you have your phone number as a password? Phone number as a password? Your mother name as a password? Your ex-girlfriend name as a password? They end up there itself. Okay. Your wife name as a password? That is a forceful password. Right. So, the platform is secured. They are using HTTPS protocols and all. It is secure to use, but you have set up your phone number as a password. So setting up phone number, AWS Google don't know. The Google is thinking, okay, this guy is giving 10 random numbers. So then this Google thinks it is a secured password only, but that is your phone number and your phone number is with a number of the guys. And randomly they have tried and they are able to log into your Gmail account. Whatever the information you have, whatever the data you have in Google Drive or all the associated services, it's compromised. So you take any application, security is both parties' responsibility. So that's the reason, whatever the resource you're going to place in cloud. So companies initially, they worried about security to use this cloud computing. AWS is there from 2003 and 2004 onwards, but companies not adapted it. The reason, security concerns. So slowly, so they released some white papers, they did some seminars and all those things. So companies started understanding the advantages, cost savings we get with this cloud. So then slowly companies migrating to cloud. Nowadays, no small or medium range organization is building a data center. They are not building data centers. They are running all their workload in cloud platforms. I'm not saying only AWS. So either AWS, Azure, or GCP, they're using one of the available cloud platform. The reason, easily available. You can go live in some days itself. See, yesterday I created a website. How much time I took to deliver that website? If I have a template, I can even deliver the template within an hour, right? You're able to access it immediately. I can even map a domain name and you can even access it with avinashreddy.com. It works. So, we can go live in some days if it is a real enterprise level application. That is the first thing. Second thing, based on workload, we can increase the capacity, decrease the capacity. That is also another advantage in this cloud. So AWS promoted all these things. Initially, they have started with 3 services. AWS first service is SQS, Simple Queuing Service. It's like, 2 guys called Chris Pinkman and Benjamin Black. So they developed some white papers, okay? Why we are only using this service? Why can't we sell this service? Or why can't we give this service to some other companies and why can't we make some money out of it? The logic is very simple, guys. If you have a car, you're not using it extensively, you can give it to, the Zoom cars, they will give it to different customers and they will give money. That's your car only. End of the day, that's your car and you own that. But some another guy is also using that and they are giving money to you. Earlier, if our requirement is only 2 BHK, I need a house with a hall, 2 bedrooms and a kitchen. We used to build that much only. But now, even your requirement is only 2 BHK, you're building an apartment. Why? Give it rent, you're going to make money out of it, right? Same mechanism. So, they're building more resources and they're giving it rented basis. That is what AWS business is. But instead of house here, they are giving servers, network, databases. Okay. So they slowly add a lot of services. The thought is that first, cloud computing thought came with that. Why we only using it? Why we are not giving it to some other organization? Why can't we make some money out of it? SQS, Simple Queuing Service. So then they have started another service like a S3, Simple Storage Service. It's like a Google Drive, Dropbox, OneDrive, iCloud. This all comes into same category. So then they introduced another service called EC2, Elastic Compute Cloud. This is the main product. Amazon's main product is EC2. So far, they have given messaging service, some storages for everyone, but they started giving servers itself. They purchase very high configuration server. Whoever need that server, they are making that server available over the internet. And you can create your small servers or high configuration server. How many days you're using? You need to pay for that. Once you're done with the requirement, they will erase everything and they're going to give server to another customer. That is what their business is. So then they added lot of new services. Now, AWS is a global leader in cloud computing platform. So why we are saying it as a global leader? How I'm saying it as a global leader? First thing, how many companies adapted it? What are the companies using this AWS? L&T is using AWS. Adobe is using AWS. Netflix is using AWS. Okay. So such type of all. Netflix don't have a single server also. Amazon Prime videos, everything is delivering from AWS only. Entire Amazon, like this e-commerce site and everything is running on Amazon Web Services only. So if you just go to Google and search for this thing, AWS primary customers. So you can find n number of. You see, Adobe systems, Airbnb also don't have a single server, right? Autodesk, BMW, Canon, right? Hitachi, HTC, Johnson and Johnson, Netflix, Nokia, NTT Docomo. So SAP systems. So these all actually running in Amazon Web Services. Even you can find that here also. You see this Netflix, Twitch, LinkedIn. LinkedIn started migrating. Once Microsoft purchased LinkedIn, right? They started migrating to Azure. It's going to take some more time. So Twitter runs on AWS. Adobe. You know what? Entire US government sites. US government don't maintain single server also. US government, whatever the portal you see, whatever the transport portal or any US government portal you see, that is not maintained by US government. They're completely on AWS only. So AWS, the customer range is very wide. And then compared to competitors, the AWS closest competitor is Azure. So then Google is followed by these three. Even we have a comparison chart for that. Here is a comparison chart. AWS named as a global leader for 13th consecutive year. So this AWS is not claiming it. There is an organization called Magic Quadrant, Gartner. Gartner is the organization name. Gartner did a survey. Okay, so they confirmed AWS is a global leader from last 13 years onwards. So they even gave you explanation for that. Why they considering it, the revenue, the support. Okay, so that is AWS. So when more customers are using, more job opportunities we are going to have. The market is going to be wide. So that's the reason I'll suggest you to learn AWS over Azure or GCP. Again, is it going to be difficult to learn Azure? If you learn AWS, it's not going to be. You might see in some YouTube videos. You go to YouTube, search for AWS Avinash Reddy. You can find one channel. I started uploading Azure videos also by comparing it with AWS. So if you learn AWS, it's not going to be difficult to understand Azure also. The logic is simple, guys. If you can drive a Maruti car, can't you drive a Skoda car? You can. Everything is same. What you're going to have? Accelerator, brake, clutch. Apart from that, steering. Apart from that, any big things? Okay, if it is an automatic transmission or manual transmission, don't go that much in detail. Okay, if you can go to Central Mall and if you can watch a movie, how difficult it is go to Inorbit Mall and watch a movie. This is easy example, right? Okay, is it going to be a big difficult thing? No, not really. So that is what I am doing. Whatever AWS services are there, even I have a comparison chart, guys. I think it's my mobile. I'll just share it. Cloud comparison. Yeah. So this is a comparison chart, guys. You see here, whatever the service we have in AWS, For example, you need a server. In AWS, we call it as a EC2. In Azure, we call it as a Azure VM, Azure Virtual Machine. In GCP, we call it as a compute engine. All three are same. All three will ask you what operating system you required, what configuration you required, from where you want to get connected to it. Once you connected to it, everything is same at operating system level. But how you are launching, how you are connecting, the UI, the interface, the look and feel is different. That's it. It's not going to be a difficult thing to learn different cloud computings if you learn one. Okay, so that is what I did. I applied my AWS skills into Azure. I did certification. I applied same into GCP. I did certification. Okay, so it's not going to be difficult to promote yourself as a multi-cloud platform engineer also. If you learn AWS, if you spend a week or so then you can promote yourself as a multi-cloud engineer also. Okay, so that adds some weightage. Right. So this is a AWS roadmap, guys. In 2003, as I told you, they designed a documentation. In 2004, they launched a service called SQS. In 2006, AWS officially launched. From 2004 onwards itself, service is there. But officially, they launched as a web services in 2006. In 2010, 180,000 developers. In 2010, Amazon entire the e-commerce site is moved to AWS. In 2011, one problem occurred for their volumes. Then 2012, they started conducting annual conference. The annual conference name is Reinvent. Reinvent every year, November last week to December first week, it happens in Las Vegas. This year also, tickets available. Right. So then 2013, they introduced certifications. Okay. I did my first certification in 2016. Till that time, not so good. So then, started evaluating my skills. So then 2014, they committed to achieve 100% renewable energy. They are generating their energy to run their data centers. So then in 2015, AWS revenue is $6 billion US. 2016, it is more than doubled. See, more than 100%. In a year, 13 billion US dollars. So till 2013, 14, many companies not adapted cloud because of security concerns they have. Okay. So from 2013-14 onwards, yes, companies started adapting Amazon Web Services. So that's the reason you might hear AWS more often in last 4 or 5 years onwards. Okay. So then they introduced artificial intelligence services, machine learning services, whatnot. You name a technology, it is available with AWS. Blockchain, it's available. RoboMaker, it's available. Even we have a ground satellite service also with AWS. That means you can prepare a satellite, you can send that satellite to space, you can operate that satellite from Amazon Web Services. IoT, the service name is Greengrass. So that means you can sit here and you can operate your home lights. This IoT is widely used for nowadays. L&T Metro, you take that as an example. So when train is about to come, the display will show that. How they are getting that information? One guy is waiting in before station and he's calling and informing. No, right? So it's an automated. So that IoT sensors is sending that information and that is automatically displaying. So the devices, the train movement and everything is connected with the device to internet and we are accessing via internet. So for that, we are using a service called Greengrass. So you name a technology, it is available with AWS. Okay. So that's the reason as they are evaluating the market, more clients or customers, they are with AWS. So that is the main reason why AWS have more customers. Okay. So that is their evaluation. Now, let's start discussing about AWS global infrastructure. Before started discussing this AWS global infrastructure, first of all, as I told you, this AWS business is building data centers, delivering that resources to everyone, whoever need that. Correct. So now, what exactly the data center is? So, a data center is like, in simple, it's a very big building that have lot of servers. Okay. So, data center images. So these are some images. Okay, there is a good I've gone through with Azure. Earlier for AWS also we used to have, but it's not available now. So AWS have total 27 regions and 87 AZs, availability zones. I'll tell you that what exactly region and availability zone is. So I just want to show you the data center images. So one availability zone is nothing but combination of multiple data centers. So here in Hyderabad, AWS Hyderabad region, it's in works actually. So we are going to get one here in Hyderabad soon. So AWS build a region here in Hyderabad. That is the Asia Pacific Hyderabad region. And this is coming with 3 data centers. Okay. So 3 availability zones. Availability zone, again, it might contain a 1 data center or multiple data centers. So if you have some time, you do this, guys. Go to YouTube, just look for Google data center. Go through this video. This is what exactly the Google data center looks like. That is a monitoring and all. So these are the different servers, network connectivity, right? So they are maintaining such type of data centers. So similar way, in Hyderabad itself, Amazon building 3 data centers. It's near Shadnagar, the location also revealed. Okay. So they build 3 data centers and it's going to be in work soon. In a month or 2, it start working. Okay, this is not loading properly. So if you have some time, go through this URL, guys. It might take some time to load. So such type of data centers, AWS have 87 across the globe. First of all, to maintain easy segregation, AWS segregated entire globe into different regions. We have total 27 regions now. So the advantage with this cloud computing is, as I told you, high availability and broad network access. Broad network access means, so they already have data centers across the globe. So you can sit here in Hyderabad, you can deliver your application to US customers. You can sit here in Hyderabad, you can deploy an application to Australia users and you can deliver it. So you really no need to go there. You no need to touch or see any physical server. Virtually, you can access the data center. You can deploy your application there and you can deliver it. So for this, so we all need to do is first select what region you want to select. I'm here in Hyderabad. I want to create a server in Mumbai. So I can select Mumbai. Then I can go to service, the required service. Whatever the server I'm creating here, that server physically resides in one of the Mumbai's data center. But I need a server in Canada. I can go here. I can select CA Central. That is nothing but Canada region. So whatever the server I'm going to create by selecting this Canada, that server actually creates in Amazon's Canada data center. But am I visiting that Canada data center? Do I really need to visit? Not really required. I can sit here, I can select my desired region, and I can create the resource here. Even it will ask us, whenever we are creating, it will ask us, so in which subnet you want to? You want to launch it in 1A, 1B, 1D, 1C is not available for me for the selected configuration. Okay, so they have 4 data centers, 4 availability zones in Canada. It is asking me where you want to deploy it. So now, what is the primary factor for selecting this? So you decided to go with the AWS. Fine. So you have customers here in India. So then fine, you can go and choose Mumbai. You can create server and you can deliver that server to Mumbai users. Okay. So but you have some more customers in US. So then what? So can you deploy a server in Mumbai and can you deliver it to US users? You can. But there we will get another component called latency. How many of you still using Yahoo search engine? No one, right? Google and number of every day. Why? Yahoo also universal. The performance, how quickly the web page is loading, how accurate the results are coming. So now just observe, I'm opening google.com. How quickly it is opened? It's not even allowed to count numbers also. Let me open yahoo.com. Loading, loading, still loading, finally came. So it's taking some time to load that page, right? So technically, this is matter for our enterprise application. So whatever the application you're delivering to your client, if it is working slow, definitely he will complain, right? He will stop using that application. Even if you have, like, the internet speed is very, very less, you frustrate, right? What if YouTube video is buffering? You lost interest. That happened many times. Okay. But imagine having a 256, Mbps internet line, and we used to download movies also. Right. So now 1 TB line also available. 512 gigs, 1 Gbps line is now coming to our home. Okay. So the difference between this Google and Yahoo here is a latency. It's taking some time to load. How we can calculate? So for that, we have different tools. You can use an option called TRACEROUTE. Then you can give google.com. So this will tell if you are opening google.com. So I'm opening a browser, I'm giving google.com, I'm accessing google.com. How the traffic flow is happening from my local laptop, it went to router. The router is here. From that router, it went to Act Corp, the broadband service provider. So from Act Corporation, it went to some other server, and finally it reached Google server. So the hop count is very, very less here. So that's the reason we are able to get it pretty quickly. If you are using Windows operating system, this command is different. TRACERT, google.com. Okay. So this is for Windows operating system. TRACEROUTE is for Linux operating system. So now let me do same thing. TRACEROUTE, yahoo.com. You see now how much time it is going to take. So it even tells us where this Yahoo server is there. To load the Yahoo web server from my local laptop, the request is going to router. From that router, again, it goes to Act Corporation. Till here is same. Then it is going to some Hyderabad VSNL network. From Hyderabad, it is going to Los Angeles. From Los Angeles, it is going to it roaming across some servers. And finally, it is reached the Yahoo server. You see here, that is the reason we are not able to open Yahoo as quick as Google. Is traffic is routing these many areas here for Google Gmail? No, right? But for Yahoo, it's going to Hyderabad, it going to Los Angeles, it going to different network, intermediate network, and finally it is reaching Yahoo site. And we need to get response. So for to get response, it is taking around 250 milliseconds. But to get response for this Gmail, it's taking 22 milliseconds, something 17 milliseconds is an average one. You can even do ping also, guys. Ping google.com. Okay. Press Control C to stop, or if it is a window, stops automatically. You see here, the average, this is a minimum, this is the average time to get 37 milliseconds. These values are not seconds, okay? So if you ping Yahoo, so 250, 250, 300, you see? Here it is 17, 18, 20. The highest one came for 96. But you see here, it's taking lot. Here it is 37 is the average, and here is 300 is the average. Okay, now let's apply this mechanism to our AWS. So you are started using AWS, but first question, which region you are going to use? That is the first question. So AWS have 27 regions across the globe. You can go here, you can find all. But if you count, you don't find 27, you find only 23. 4, I'll tell you why. Okay, so you won't find 27 here. So now, we always prefer to create resources near to customer location. If your all customers are in Australia, go and select Sydney region, create a server, then deploy your application. So when Sydney customer trying to access, Sydney data center itself is going to give response to that user request. So it's going to be pretty quick, right? Okay. If you want, you can have it in Mumbai or Northern Virginia, or you can have it in Singapore or any other region. But the mechanism we need to choose as a first thing, deploy resources near to customer location. So for that, AWS have 27 regions. There is no technical definition for word called region. Region is just a physical location or geographical location where AWS segregated. If it is India, Bangladesh, Pakistan, Sri Lanka, they call it as a AP, Asia Pacific. And that to south part. Singapore and all AP Southeast. So Asia Pacific have one region. That is a Mumbai region. Fine, as I told you, region, no technical definition, nothing. But where actual my server is going to run? Within Mumbai, we have 3 data centers, a technically availability zone. So if you are taking it in diagrammatical manner, okay, so let's assume this as a Mumbai region. Within Mumbai region, we have 3 availability zones. For every single region, they have given a code. The Mumbai region code is AP South 1. For availability zone 1, they calling it as a AP South 1A, another one AP South 1B, one more AP South 1C. These are independent data centers. If something happened to this particular data center, for example, some power issue came, network issue came, some aliens attacked and the data center is down. So then only that particular data center resources are going to get affected. So to sustain from natural disasters also, AWS maintains minimum 500 miles between these data centers. Earthquake won't last more than 500 kilometers, right? The radius. So to sustain from such type of natural disasters, They maintain 500 miles between these data centers. And so these all data centers are interconnected. Why they interconnected? If something happened to one of the data center, our application should not get affected, right? Our data, we should not get affected with that operation. So that's the reason what they did. They interconnected all these with multiple backbone connectivities, not only one internet connectivity. They're using primary and secondary. Something happened to primary link, secondary link will work. Okay, that is AWS responsibility. Replicating data across all these, that is AWS responsibility. But if you're taking Mumbai, we have 3 data centers, 3 availability zones. Technically, we call it as a availability zone. Availability zone is nothing but a data center or multiple data centers that is isolated from another availability zone. It exists within the region. If you're taking Northern Virginia, we have 6 availability zones. Depends on the load, depends on the work. Okay, AWS is going to add more. So that's what we are going to get. One in Hyderabad. We are getting one region in Hyderabad with 3 availability zones. Okay. So that is the mechanism. Now you might get a question. Hey, Avinash, if your customers are like India based, you create a server in Mumbai. If your customers are like Australia based, you create a server in Sydney and you deliver that. What if my customers are across the globe? What if my customers are across the globe? So in that scenario, we can use a mechanism called CDN. Do you know what is CDN? Content Delivery Network. Content Delivery Network. So, the CDN is mainly works with caching mechanism. Okay, what exactly caching is? If you have more RAM for your laptop, it works better, right? Why? What is the logic behind that? It fast, okay. Works better means fast only. So what is the logic behind that? You have a storage like a 500 GB or 1 TB. Okay. So but this RAM capacity also, we are measuring in GBs only. 1 GB, 2 GB, 8 GB, 16 GB. What exactly does RAM do in our laptop? Process. Okay, it stores current applications. Any answers? Performance and reliability. Okay, that is a very generic statement. It cache whatever the programs you are accessing, whatever the information you are accessing. Okay, so it stores that information. It cache more. It remembers more. Where the program is there. In hard disk, in what sector the program is available. So more RAM capacity, more it can remember. For example, where you put your phone in your home, you can easily remember that you are going to pick that. How easily you are able to pick it? Why? Because you are always remembering that. But you kept your BTech certificate somewhere else and you forgot that. You are going to search your entire home, right? Okay. You're going to search your entire home. Why? Because it's not in your memory. If your memory is huge, okay, so then, okay, where is the certificate? You go there and you will pick it. Similar way, more RAM capacity, it cache more. It stores more information where the program is residing in hard disk drive. Whenever you're trying to open, it picks a program quickly and it loads that program pretty quickly. So that is the purpose of RAM. So similar way, whatever the program we have in central location, we are going to distribute that across different locations. Okay, so the mechanism is caching mechanism. Temporarily, it is storing. Temporarily, it is storing that information. So if any new request is coming, the temporary location itself is going to respond to that query. So that is what CDN mechanism, content delivery network. The logic is very simple, guys. I have two water bottles here and n number of the members available here. If you ask me water bottle, what I need to do? I need to pass it to you. So it's going to take some time, right? What if I kept one bottle there? If I kept another bottle there, one more bottle there. If you want water, do you really need to come and ask me? You can get from your nearby location, right? So which method is easy? Coming to me and getting that water bottle, or your nearby location and taking that water bottle? Nearby is quick. Nearby is quick. I am the source for that water bottles. I am the source. I am keeping water bottles. If I want, I can delete it. If I want, I can remove it. So basically, this is what CDN mechanism is. We are going to have an origin, the server where our actual data present. We are going to have an origin. So then across the globe, you are going to, we have a component called edge locations or point of presence locations. We have 300 and plus point of presence locations available across the globe. Now, the server is somewhere else in Northern Virginia. Okay, let me take this. The server is somewhere else in Northern Virginia. For example, Amazon Prime Videos, it delivers from Northern Virginia. Whatever the movie, AWS upload to Northern Virginia data center. So you are sitting here in Hyderabad, in your home or in your hostel. Now, okay, you want to watch that movie. Now request need to go over the internet and it is going to reach this origin. This is the origin. Okay, so now from here, the response is coming back to you. This is one method. Second method is, so here in Hyderabad itself, they have a point of presence location or edge location. So what this AWS is doing, Prime Videos is doing, whenever any new movie comes, they are temporarily or they are actually caching that movie here. That is their responsibility. Okay, now if this guy want to watch a movie, the request will go to nearby cache location and it is going to give response. So in which scenario we will get access pretty quickly? Second scenario, right? So the second scenario is a edge mechanism, CDN mechanism. Okay, so it is not a new mechanism, guys. We have companies like, Cloudflare, Akamai. These are like, global leaders in this CDN mechanism. Akamai is widely used one. Okay, so AWS have its own CDN mechanism called CloudFront. We can utilize that CloudFront. Where exactly you have customers doesn't matter. Your application is in Northern Virginia, but you have edge locations or this temporary stored locations across the globe. 300 plus locations we have. You put your temporary data in 300 plus locations. Where that guy is sitting in the globe, doesn't matter. He can access that quickly. To clear this temporary files and all, we can perform some option called invalidation. If you perform invalidation, this all data is going to delete. Or if you want to, send updated data, latest data, you can even do that. Whatever the data temporarily storing here, that will store for 86,400 seconds as a default value. 86,400 seconds means 1 day. If you want, you can change this value to 365 days. If content is static, for example, a movie is released, are they going to update the movie every day? No, right? Movie is a fixed file. So you can set that cache value as a 365 days. For coming 365 days, the file will be available in Hyderabad. edge location. Again, is edge location a different component? It's also a server, but not big as availability zone. It's not big as availability zone. It's small in terms of size and capacity. Okay. So wherever you are, doesn't matter. You can deliver your data without latency by using this AWS global infrastructure. As I told you, whenever we are using cloud, we are going to get a broad network access. This is what broad network access. If I want to build this much environment to deliver my application, I need to spend millions, trillions actually. But you're simply utilizing their business model is that you're utilizing it, you're delivering your application. So that's the reason organizations not really ready to build this much big infrastructure. So they started using it. Okay. So that is a AWS global infrastructure. And it's important for your certification exams also. You must know this. So here are some points. So this is a availability zone A, this is availability zone B. These both are in same region actually. But you see here, availability zone have only one data center, B have 3 data centers. So technically we call it as a availability zone. Okay. It may be combination of one data center or multiple data centers. Whatever the application you're deploying, so these can span across multiple availability zones. The logic is very simple, guys. I'm going to upload one file. Okay, I'll quickly show you. I'll upload one simple image or some file. So I'm taking this script.ssh file. Then click on open. I uploaded this file, right? So this file got uploaded to one of the data center. What is a data center or region? That is a Northern Virginia. Fine. It looks like only one file. But you know what happened? Backend AWS maintained 3 copies of this file. Why? If one data center goes down also, another one need to give response to end customer request. So basically AWS will give some values like availability and durability values. For this file, you know the durability, 99.99. 99999999. So chances to lose the data is 0.000000001%. Chances are there to lose the data. How they are giving? Because of that much infrastructure they have. So that is what broad network access and high availability for our resources. Okay. So then each AZ is designed as an independent failure zone. I already mentioned that. And these all are redundantly connected with multiple tier 1 transit providers, multiple backbone connectivities across these availability zones. Okay. So this count need to update. It's a 27 regions and 87 availability zones. And this count may reduce now. Okay. So this is a sample region codes. All right. So this is a edge location mechanism. So if you're taking only India, we have an edge location in Chennai. One is in Bangalore. One is in Hyderabad. One is in Mumbai. One is in New Delhi. One is in Kolkata. So where that application is doesn't matter. So in what city you are sitting also doesn't matter. Where that application is posted also doesn't matter. You can access it without latency. Okay. So that is the edge location or point of presence location. Clear with that? Okay. Now, to start with this course, what exactly you really require? An AWS account and a laptop or computer with basic internet connectivity. No need to have a high configuration device. A basic device also works. All you need to have is internet. Okay? Yeah. So this is for today's session. I hope you got an idea what exactly Amazon Web Services is, what their business is, and why companies are using Amazon Web Services. Okay. If you have any questions, I'll take your questions now. So any questions for me, guys? Okay, sir, if we have customers across the globe, then we need to put our entire data in all 300 plus edge locations. That's in our hand. For example, you really don't want to put your data in all the 300 edge locations. So what you can do, you can put only in Asia Pacific, or you can put only like, US, Canada region. So those options we have. And also, I'll tell you one thing. So the data is not caching in all the locations. From where the customer is accessing, in that edge locations only data is going to cache. For example, you have set up default TTL as a 1 day, 86,400 seconds. So from last 24 onwards, no one used it. Then what happened? The data will delete. If no one is requesting, the data won't cache there. So it depends on the usage only the data is going to cache. I hope that answers your question, Fanindra. Okay. Sometimes new movies will buffering in G5. Why it is not in cloud? The budget. Nagi Reddy, that's a budget. Maybe they already have a small servers, or they may not implemented their architecture to see, compared to Amazon Prime, G5 is regional. Okay, so depends. Difference between DevOps and AWS. I'll talk about these regular questions in some time. Talk about DevOps. Okay, I have some regular questions. I'll talk about that. Anything technical? Any technical questions on this global infrastructure? What is server? Okay. So basically, to deliver anything, for example, you have designed a website by using one of the programming language. You have used PHP or used Python or another programming language. You developed a web page, a website. Fine. You can test that website in your local laptop. So you can have that application in local. You open a browser, give local host, that will show the output. But only you can access that website, right? Only you can access the website, but that website need to be accessible by everyone. Entire world, I want to deliver my web page, my website. So there, we need to have something that face internet facing resource. So basically, we can take a server, we can install some web servers inside that server. So then you put your website, the server is like a computer only, but it is designed to run 24/7. It runs always till you stop it. Okay. So, to deliver anything over the internet, you require a server. An AWS person will control the web servers or not with AWS. See, if you raise a ticket, then only they will work on our servers. Otherwise, they don't work on any of our servers. Ajit, they don't have control. Okay, the hierarchy is, first we have the hierarchy is, we have region. Within this region, we have an availability zone. Okay. And the edge locations is out of the region. Okay. So this is a flow. First region, within the region, we have availability zone. So then we have edge locations. Even Amazon recently introducing local zones also. Edge location is somewhere else in Hyderabad in one of the area. But they are introducing a concept called local zones. So most of the software companies, software guys are here in Amirpet, Madhapur. Madhapur, that high-tech city, right? What if they place server in high-tech city? That works more, right? So basically, they are introduced a component called AWS local zones also. So cloud means it's not in the sky, it's next to us, but that is managed by someone else. So you see this? Local zones. Local zones are type of infrastructure deployment. So these close to large population and industry centers. Raja mind space nearby, like that um, that views near to IKEA we have, right? So if they place a server there, instead of placing it in somewhere else in Shadnagar, if they place a server in high-tech city, they can access it a bit more quickly, right? Latency is going to reduce, right? So for that purpose only, this local zone concept came. So yeah, so the infrastructure is near to us. And what is difference between AZ and EL? What is EL? Edge locations, EL means? Both are different components, right? Our actual data is in availability zone. So availability zone is like a hard disk drive for your laptop. Edge location is a RAM for your laptop. Can you store information in RAM? Can you save a movie in your RAM? You can save it only in hard disk. So the actual file is in hard disk, but RAM is used to process that. Okay, yeah, that is a difference. Narsimulu. How can I know all these technical words related to AWS? See, Fanindra, in a single day, is Rome built in a single day? No, right? There is a proverb, right? Even in a single day, you learn to start working, running. No, right? Step by step, step by step, step by step, you can definitely learn everything and you can remember everything. Is AWS team can access our data? No, not at all. AWS team don't access any of our data, Rajesh. Okay. I hope I have answered all your technical questions. Right. Okay. So now, if you have any regular questions, I'll take you through those questions. Okay. Two minutes, guys. Okay, so let's start discussing the regular questions here. So first, who can learn Amazon Web Services? So please settle down. Okay, so yeah, first I'll take you through these regular questions I got for every single batch. So then if you still have any questions, I'll talk about that. So if you want, you can already, you can start adding your questions in our chat box. Okay, we can discuss. So first thing, who can learn Amazon Web Services? Do I need to have any prior experience or any of the other domain knowledge to learn Amazon Web Services? The answer is no. You no need to have any other prior experiences. So even if you're a novice guy also, I'll make you to understand the subject. You see, for example, if you take today's session, so I try to talk from scratch, not high level. I try to talk from scratch. Similar thing for our entire course also. We are going to discuss everything from scratch. So then second thing, do we need to learn Linux? The answer is yes. Why? Because whatever the server we are going to launch, we need to get connected to it. We want to make it as a web server. So to perform such type of activities, we prefer to go with the Linux. Of course, if we want to, we can go with the Windows also. But at organization level, companies prefer to go with the Linux because of lightweight, more secure compared to Windows, right? So that's the reason they go with the Linux. So obviously, you need to have some basic Linux. So that we are going to discuss. As part of the course, we are going to discuss. That's the first thing. I'm going to give a pre-recorded Linux course. You can go through that at any time. And third thing, Naresh IT also giving a pre-Linux course. So you can utilize these three and you can gain your knowledge on Linux operating system. Okay. So then another question is, I commonly face, I already have some experience. I already have some work experience in system administrator, network administrator, storage administrator, right? So will this course help me? The answer is a big yes. It will take your career to next level. Why? Because AWS is an automated process. AWS is not a new technology, guys. AWS is not at all a new technology. It's just an automated process. Earlier, don't we have servers? We have. Don't we have databases? We have. The logic is very simple. You want to send money to your friend. Earlier, what you need to do down the time 10 years back? You need to go to bank. You need to have cash, fill a voucher, give it to the cashier. He will enter all the details. After 30 minutes or 1 year, it will deposit to your friend's bank account. But now, Phone Pay, Google Pay, just take out your mobile, send it, enter a PIN, and inform your friend, and it is instant, right? So in both the examples, we are sending money from our account to our friend's account, right? But how the process is made? So whatever the time you have, whatever the time you are saving, you can utilize the time for different activities, right? Compared to first model. Same thing here. So earlier, a dedicated system administrator required, a dedicated network administrator required, database administrator required, application administrator required, storage administrator required. But now, everything within a browser. So one guy is going to do all this job. That is what cloud engineer job is. And that is what our main focus in this course. Our main focus in this course is to get cloud engineer job. Okay, or AWS engineer, or AWS administrator, or AWS operations executive, or AWS support engineer. These are the common job, roles. Okay, so it's definitely helpful. Another common question, okay, I'm a developer, right? And I want to learn Amazon Web Services and I want to promote myself as a AWS developer. In this scenario, there is one condition. That is, you must have one of the programming experience. If you don't have that programming experience, learn simultaneously along with AWS. If you don't want to go into operations, if you want to go as an AWS developer, so then only it is mandatory. Okay, so the commonly used one is Python along with AWS or Node.js along with AWS. This is commonly used combination. All right. So this is so what I am going to teach for developers here. I already have some sample codes which we implemented in projects. So I'm going to take that sample code. I'm going to explain how we can use CDK Cloud Development Kit, how we can automate the deployments and all by using Cloud Formation, where you can write the code, the Cloud IDE. So these I'm going to explain. So if you know one of this programming language, once you know all the AWS services, so then you can promote yourself as a AWS developer. Okay, so that is another job. Now, are we going to cover any certification exams with this course? The answer is yes. We are going to cover associate tier certification as well as foundation level certification exam. Again, certification exam is not mandatory. If you are adding some experience to your profile, if you add certification to your profile, it added some weightage, but certification won't give you job. It's not mandatory. Okay. So then, is this course hands-on? Are we going to discuss any real-time scenarios? So we are going to perform everything in hands-on. Everything is scenario-based. I'm going to demonstrate here. You need to follow that. Okay. So this is a hands-on course. So 95% hands-on, remaining 5, I cannot demonstrate here. For such type of services, we are going through videos. Okay, mainly migration services. If I want to explain migration service, I need to have a physical server, vCenter or vSphere license. So then I need to have good bandwidth, and server OS itself is going to be 30 GB. Migrating is going to take a lot of time. Okay, so such type of ones I'm going to discuss with the help of pre-made videos. Oh, I only did that. Now, another question. Do we need to learn DevOps along with AWS? So my answer is no need to. Why? Because AWS itself have their own DevOps tools. Whatever the common DevOps tools you learn. Okay, the common DevOps tools you learn is like a Git, Jenkins, Maven, right? CI/CD mechanism. These all we are going to cover as part of the course. Yes, I'm going to cover AWS own DevOps tools as part of the course. Okay, so if you want to learn commonly tools available in market, yes, you can go and learn simultaneously. But the thing is, AWS is an infrastructure. What do you do with the DevOps? Generally, you automate the things. With the help of DevOps, you automate the things. Automatically, code need to pick, it need to prepare a build, it need to deploy into one of the server, it need to send a notification. First of all, to perform this automation, where you are putting code, one of the AWS service called code commit, where you are going to deploy that. Organizations who use DevOps, they use cloud only, right? They are going to place it in the server. How to create a server, how to perform installations within that server. These all we are going to discuss first in AWS only, right? So basically, this AWS is like a building. So you are learning how to prepare the pillars and all. So then for what purpose you're using, how you are doing automation and all, that you learn in DevOps. So the pillar is obviously important. So you can start with AWS. If you really want to learn common DevOps tools, yes, you can start learning DevOps also. Okay, but as I told you, we are going to discuss AWS own DevOps tools first thing. Second thing is, I'm giving free Jenkins course, free GitHub course, and free Azure admin course. This Jenkins is a common tool. Maven is covered as part of Jenkins. GitHub, any DevOps course start with it. So then Azure admin. So I generally get this question also. Are we going to cover are we going to cover any containerization like Docker or Kubernetes. So AWS have its own container service, that is a ECS, Elastic Container Service. We will discuss AWS own container service. So then in interview, what you can mention, if interviewer asks you, okay, do you have any experience with Docker? You mention, yeah, we use AWS own tool called ECS. And within this ECS, we have EC2 mechanism, we have Fargate mechanism. You talk about this. See, infrastructure varies from organization to organization. Okay, 100% profiles don't match anywhere. So my suggestion, if you instead of joining the regular DevOps course, concentrate on Kubernetes. Recent times, many organizations trying to adapt. Workload is not yet. They're trying to adapt Kubernetes. So instead of the entire course, concentrate on Kubernetes. That is my personal suggestion only. Okay. So then, do you really need a high configuration device and all? No, not really required. A basic configuration is device is fine. And the session timings are 9 to 10, Monday to Saturday. So 15, sometimes we may extend it to more 15 minutes. And if you have long gaps in your career, once you're done with this course, can we add any experience to our profile? If you are able to complete all the given tasks, every single day, I'm going to give 3 to 4 tasks. That to make you engage with this AWS or to increase your skills, troubleshooting skills and all, I'm going to give tasks. So if you are able to complete all the given tasks, so you can add minimum 3 years experience to your profile. Okay. So again, Naresh IT don't give, I don't give. So you need to depend on different consultancies and all. But that much knowledge you can gain if you are able to complete all the given tasks. Okay. So these are the common questions. Now, I'll pick questions from chat box. So which course have good scope as compared to AWS developer or solution architect? Both are good in market, Arch. Okay, what is difference between AWS and Azure? Both are same. As I told you, one is Maruti car, another one is Skoda car. Both are same, both deliver same. That's why I've shown that cloud comparison chart. But more customers are with AWS, more job openings are with AWS. Even I have a laptop, just wanted to know we can operate, manage from mobile. Yes, we can do that, Fanindra Kumar. We have an application called AWS Console. Install that application from App Store or Play Store. Then you can. You will be covering real-time project. Yes, this, as I told you, this is completely hands-on and real scenario based. Even whoever attended yesterday, I even logged into one of the real environment. I have shown that building. Who attended yesterday, they knows that. Difference between private cloud and traditional data center. Traditional data center is managed by your organization, right? Private cloud, it may not be in the same location as your organization. It may run in some remote location, but you can get connected to both and you can use both. So your organization need to invest for traditional data center. For private cloud, once you don't require, you cancel the contract. They will give the resource to different organization in private cloud. But in traditional data center, it's not like that. That's your own resources. So you need to decommission that. I hope that answered your question, Ravi Kiran. I have 1.6 years of experience. Is this course enough to switch to AWS field? Yes, Anmol, definitely. This course is definitely help you to switch your career to AWS. Every day, will you share recorded class videos? There is a dedicated team, Sharanya. Naresh team is there. They will share it. Daily notes provide to classroom. Yes, but From Monday onwards, it's going to be streamlined completely. Okay. Sir, can you please unmute me? Unable to. So, yes, Tarun, you can unmute, discuss. Yeah.
Sir, this is Saran. Good morning. Good morning, all. Sir, I'm currently working from Optum right now, and I just had two questions on this.
Yeah.
As I'm having experience of 7 years right now, I just wanted to get into administration, AWS administration.
Yeah.
So, how will this course help me in this? I'm not sure.
So definitely, as I told you, this course main aim is operations only, right?
Mhm. Okay.
Our course is designed to get a AWS engineer job. So
Okay.
if you learn this, all the services, if you practice more, if you perform everything, if you are able to do all the given tasks, so then definitely you can promote yourself as a AWS engineer. So these 7 years completely into non-IT.
Yeah, non-IT, completely into non-IT. And
So if you want to, you do have one more option here.
Mhm.
So you can add last 2 years or 3 years, your experience converted to IT. So
Okay.
then you initial 4 years or 5 years, you are into non-IT. From last 3 years, you are into IT. So then if you promote in that way, you will get good calls also.
Yes. So, as per these questions, I've gone through these all things. And moreover, when I've checked for the same thing in Naukri and all, when I've searched for AWS engineer or AWS admin, they were also asking for Java, Python as a requirement. So,
So that is not mandatory. For example, I don't know Java,
okay,
but I'm working, right? So that depends on organization to organization. And also, if you know Java, why you go as a AWS administrator? So, nowadays job descriptions are they're asking everything, but 80% is matching also, they are considering it.
okay,
Yeah.
cool. That is fine, sir. So I just had some questions like these things, and so this when you say Docker and R8s, yeah. So these things are very new to me, and I'm
We
just
will
curious.
discuss that, right? AWS have its own service. So I'm going to explain what exactly it is, how it works. So, so definitely you will come to know.
Okay, well, and last question, sir. As I'm into night shifts and I have to get up at 9 o'clock in the morning, do we have evening classes as well for this?
No, actually, I'm working for an organization.
Okay,
So my office timings are 2 to 11. So no, I don't take any evening sessions.
fine, no issues, sir. We
Yeah.
can speak for this. 45 days is good. So, including this, we'll also come to know about the Linux and other Azure admin as well. So,
Yes, Azure admin, you need to spend time. I'm sharing all the required resources. I only did that. You need to spend time and you need to go through it.
fine, fine, fine. Okay. Got it, sir. All done. My questions are clear. So,
Yeah.
basic technical knowledge is not at all required for this.
No, I'll explain everything from scratch. That is what my promise.
Wonderful, sir. Awesome. Thank you. Thank you so much, sir.
Yeah. Ravi, Vinay. Yeah, you are allowed to unmute.
Okay. Hi, Avinash. This is Ravi here.
Yeah, Ravi.
So just a continuation to my question about the private cloud and difference between private cloud and the data center. So I did get that, but so now my question is, what is the difference between the public and the private cloud? Because with AWS, even when I use the services, I'll be having my own services
Okay.
that I use.
I got it. You attended yesterday session?
Yes, I did.
Okay. So basically public cloud is open for everyone. Anyone can go and create an account with them. They can start using it. Okay. So
Mhm.
when coming to the actual part, maintenance, who takes care about maintenance? If something is not working, who takes care? That is AWS will take care in our case. So that is a
Right.
public cloud. When coming to private cloud, it is depends on two things: where it is and who manages. First, your organization may have the data center in one of the remote location. A dedicated team maintains a data center. This is one scenario. Another scenario, your organization don't want to maintain it. So they can simply give a contract to Amazon itself. AWS also provide private cloud. What they do, they give portion of their infra to your organization. So these two actually comes under private cloud. Now, what is traditional on-premise? So your organization is going to have a data center that is completely owned and managed by your organization only. If something is not working, your organization is going to work. Your organization is going to work on that issue to fix it. So do we have any option to decommission if you don't require? In first scenario, if you don't require the private cloud, you cancel the contract with AWS. They will erase all the data and all. They will use that resource for different purpose. But if it is maintained, operated, managed by your own organization, so if you want to decommission, you need to give that server to a scrap only. So that is a primary difference. Traditional, private cloud and public cloud.
Right. So it's not like some other third-party company. It's just like Amazon has got the private cloud as well, which will be
yes. But you need to contact with Amazon professional services. So they allow, they they send quotations and all. If you pay some upfront cost, then they will provision and they will give it to us.
Right. Yeah, obviously. So the charges will be different when compared to the public. Just the network. Okay. All right. Got it. Thank you.
Yes, Tarun.
Yeah. So, and last question is, actually, I also had a certification for ITIL 4 V4. Will that be helpful for me in this AWS admin?
It had advantage, but it not really helpful.
Not really helpful. Because I used to work on this service now, but as well.
That is a standard, right? That is a generic certification. You can apply that certification to any of the platforms.
Okay, then cool. Then thank you, sir.
All right, please unmute me. Whoever raising the hand, I'm allowing you to unmute, guys. I cannot find your names. So you raise your hand, I'll allow you to unmute. Yes.
Good morning.
Yeah, hi, good morning.
Hi. So I had an experience in non-IT field from last 7 years, but right now I want to switch my career to IT field. So as I go through your questions, if I perform all the given tasks which was given by you, which will give you, then I will add 3 years experience in cloud computing.
Yes, 3 to 4 years experience. Yes.
Okay,
so why I'm mentioning that point, so the task I'm going to give is simulating to a 3 years working activities.
Okay. So my question is, which language should I learn along with this course?
See, only AWS is sufficient to start.
Okay.
If you really want to learn YAML, YAML.
YAML.
Yes, YAML, yet another markup language. So the reason is we have in AWS, we have a service called CloudFormation. So with the help of CloudFormation, you can do a lot of things. So to do that activity, I'm suggesting this if you want to, but no need to go and learn. AWS supports Java, .NET, Python, Go language, Ruby, Node.js, .NET Core. Are we going to learn all this?
No. I am having a basic knowledge in Python and C++.
Yeah. So you can utilize that and gain some expertise in YAML. So definitely that helps you.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Hello.
Right. You can unmute, guys, if you want to.
Yeah, Avinash, this is Sai Kumar.
Yes, Sai Kumar.
Previously, I completed my MBA, and after I did 1 year of experience in sales, and now I'm doing in Wipro as a BPO analyst.
Okay.
This is difficult to me to understand and learn.
See, all you need to do is you need to practice. It's not going to be difficult. I'll make you to understand the subject,
Okay.
but you need to spend time and you need to practice.
Okay.
So you need to practice a bit more compared to other guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. All right. Any other questions, guys? Okay. So you can join meeting with same meeting link tomorrow. So we will discuss how to create AWS account in our next session.